All right. Hello. Hello and welcome. My name's Otis Landerholm, and this is the Empowered Immigrant. And I wanted to follow up on our last episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. We talked about U visas and the U visa update, and I had several questions from several callers. And so I just wanted to go through those questions because I didn't get to all of them during our live conversation. All right. So, real quick, Husman. Husman asks, "Hi, sir. With a 4 years U visa working permit, can I apply for a green card after 3 years?" Yes, that is right. All right. So, if you've already won your U visa, you've got a 4 year work permit. Yes, you can apply after 3 years for adjustment of status and to apply for your green card. Now, the new process that was announced, the quote unquote bona fide determination process for the new work permits, those work permits don't yet mean that your actual U visa was approved yet. All right. So you've got to wait for the actual U visa to be approved. And once it is approved, yes, you can apply after 3 years with an approved U visa. You can apply for your green card. All right. Jose L. Ansures, Mr. Ansures asks, "What about the time of adjustment of status through the U visa? Are there any changes in that regard?" And that is the 3 years after you're approved, right? Yes, that's right. Similar question to Mr. Husman. All right. So after you have a U visa, you wait 3 years, then you can apply for your green card. Those applications are delayed right now, in large part due to the pandemic. But yes, okay. My next question comes from Carolina. Carolina says, "I live in Texas. My case was 20 years ago, and I went to the police department and they didn't want to certify my case." Carolina, thank you for saying that. I'm sorry that that happened. Unfortunately, the first step of any U visa is you do have to get that U visa certified. All right. And so if the police department, if you went 20 years ago, you went to the police department, if they didn't want to certify your U visa, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to apply for a U visa then. Okay, that's just the way it is. I'm sorry about that. And so, if you have questions about that, please feel free to schedule a consultation with our firm. If you are listening to this and if you have questions about your situation, hey, please, give our video a thumbs up or please subscribe to our channel. And if you want to talk it through in much more depth, give our office a call. Okay. Our next question here comes from Nail Nut. Yeah. Niall says, "I've been waiting since 2017 to hear about my U visa. Do I qualify for the work permit in the meantime?" All right. Great question. Yes, 2017 U visas are still pending. They're still in the process. They will take some time before they get to the year 2017. And so once the new process that was just announced last week, the bona fide determination process for U visas, once that starts getting implemented, then yeah, you'll get a work permit. All right, as long as you qualify for one, you will get one. And so to do that, make sure that you had an I-765 submitted with your U visa, and make sure that you don't have any crimes or discretionary issues against you. And if you do, clean those things up. All right. You'll want to clean them up. Yeah, but otherwise, yes, if you have a bona fide U visa pending, you will be eligible for the work permit. Again, immigration, like Secretary Mayorkas, Alejandro Mayorkas of the Department of Homeland Security, said that he's going to be hiring 3,000 immigration officials. All right, starting later this year. And so it's like, okay, that's a lot of people to train up. That's a lot of people to get things going, to start working on the backlogs, right? And so it's going to take some time. I do think this bona fide determination process to get new U visas out is going to take some time, but so be patient. But yes, you will be eligible for a work permit in the meantime. All right. The next question, I don't know if this is the real name, but their internet name is Cakes by Nina. All right. So Cakes by Nina, thank you for your question. Your question is, "I wanted to know if it's true that anyone with a U visa can apply for a work permit." Okay. So if you actually have a U visa, then you have a work permit already. All right. That, typically when somebody gets approved for a work permit, they get U non-immigrant status. It comes with a work card. Okay. If you have applied for a work permit, or sorry, if you have applied for a U visa, go back and watch the Empowered Immigrant Live from last week. That's the whole thing, right? Everybody's going to be issued or go through a process to get a bona fide determination on your U visa. All right. If your U visa is determined to be bona fide, and if the Department of Homeland Security says that you warrant a favorable exercise of discretion, they will issue you a work permit. Yes. All right. Short answer, yes. Anybody with a pending application for a U visa will now get a work permit. Yay, huge change and much better than the previous process. My last question here comes from Urmila. All right. So Urmila asks, if I didn't submit an I-765 with my U visa application, should I apply for it now? Urmila, thank you. That's a great question. My response is yes. All right. The way to do that is to fill out your I-765. And what I would say is, see, there's two categories that you can put it under. You can put it under category A19, which is for the U visa. You can put it under category C14, which is through what we call deferred action, all right, through the U visa. And what the government has said is that if you file it under either of those, it'll be eligible to be processed under this new application process. And so, yeah, and yes, you can submit a new I-765 even if you didn't at the beginning. And if you want help with that, feel free to contact my office. All right, the rest of the questions, I'm just scrolling down to see. The rest of the questions I received, I believe, are in Spanish. So I'm going to respond to those in a Spanish video. And so that's it. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sending your questions. Our next training is going to be on asylum. And so if you have questions about asylum law, please submit them. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Thanks a lot. I'm your host, Otis Landerholm, immigration lawyer here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Bye-bye.